members of how parish model can change lives. We met a young man, I will just give one example in a quick 1-2 minutes. We met a young man who had never held a million and he had never slept on a mattress. He used to sleep in something, a cloth where he puts dry grass. When he got PDM, he bought 4 goats and bought a mattress and bed sheets. Now the goats are, I think, are 11. His target is to make 15 goats, sell them, buy a cow, and also pay back the money, because he believes with 15 goats he can get about 2.5 million. So he pays the loan back and also has his cow. And so you understand, like, the people have their own way of making sure this 1 million can actually change their lives. So I'm humbly requesting you, honorable members, to give PDM a very, very special thought. I want to apologize. Yesterday, the speaker told me about the issue of Honorable Wakida, but he told me in AM or in a committee. In my thinking, I was thinking the question is going to come up in the committee, and it never came. But we shall manage that in due course. Honorable members, our oversight role is really needed in these districts. Let me tell you something. When you come to Kampala to make these laws, to make these policies, what people are doing in districts is connivance. The commercial officer is a husband to an in charge of a health center. This one is a girlfriend to this one. The other one is an in-law. People have littered their relatives in the district service. I'm telling you, these cartels will need our oversight. In Budaka, one of the reasons that we had the district engineer arrested, you can imagine the roads he was showing me, which roads he was just digging up in the days I was there, because the people would tell me, he started digging that road on Tuesday. Tuesday is when I was leaving for Kampala. I think I left Wednesday morning, something like that. Basically, when they knew that I'm coming. But the roads that he was digging were for 20, like the other financial year. So he has $1 billion that he has not yet spent. He has this new $1 billion that has come. Somebody is just fidgeting. But the roads are all dead. The health centers, an in-charge closes a health center, the ones in the villages, the health center 3s especially. In-charges close these health centers and go away. There are health centers we found with brand new beds. There are those we found abandoned. There is one we found where the area MP had put a padlock because he said this health center is abandoned. To secure it, let me just put a padlock. Now, those are the people that are arrested and then call people to use tribal sentiments, regional sentiments. Why did the minister do this here? I was even told, the same Honorable Wakida said, if she comes to Chibuku, she will see. I don't go where the president has not told me to go. This is a delegated service. The president was very clear, he needs us to be in the people. I will stick to the rules of engagement as given by him. I will fight corruption without fear or favor. So, honorable members, I need you to know that there is a role on your side that is so pivotal. And when we were moving around with Honorable Campagna, Honorable Noel, Honorable Moses, they themselves challenged themselves and said, okay, if we could do this more often, even without you ministers, we can actually clean up these places in, a year or two, we shall have a functional government. And that was the bottom line for me. They could get it. I need you to get it too, my dears. And I know that when we work together, you do your oversight, we also do our fighting. The PS and his technical team continue to clean up on their side. We shall have a functional government. Ladies and gentlemen, you might blame the PS, you might blame a former minister, you might blame the president. People know what to do. People who are selling medicine know that it's wrong. People who are absconding from duty, we went to Bogdaka Health Center 4, where one of those doctors that Mr. Wakida is talking about were arrested. There was one midwife out of 11. But the least paid midwife is earning 4.7 million. They know they are supposed to be on duty. They're not there. She made a statement, they released her. What she did when she had been released is to incite doctors. into a strike. So people know the right thing to do. They don't need the PS. They don't need Parliament to bulldoze them. They just refuse to do it. Now, that's why we need Chisanja. No more sleep, no more corruption. Bulldoze people. Let them do the right thing, hook or crook. Thank you so much, Honorable Chair.
Time for us to be able to make some interventions to the minister's statements. I will come to you, Honorable. I just wanted to make a few highlights before we pass on. One, the minister, together with the permanent secretary, have been addressing us from two documents. The minister did well and went through the document that he had step by step, plus even a few additions outside it. He requested the permanent secretary to support his presentation by elaborating on the financial performance, projects and priorities. But as you might have noted, the permanent secretary, out of courtesy and out of cognizance of time, has had to skip a number of aspects of that particular paper. But that is where the gist of the ministry is. What that tells us is most probably the confines of a meeting room such as this one may not be sufficient for us to be able to delve into the greater detail of what our ministry is about, what its mandate is about, and what are the aspects they expect of us as a committee. Especially so considering that most of the members of Parliament in this committee, Honorable Minister, only 4 members survive. The rest of us, including the chair and his deputy, are new. This is going to be my 3rd term in Parliament, but it is the first time I am in the Committee on Public Service and Local Government. So I am as good as the freshmen and women in Parliament in as far as public service and local government is concerned. So I am sure that a more intensive engagement with the ministry, possibly at some point even off this room, would be important for us to, especially this document. I can tell you that from our understanding, some members of Parliament sometimes just think about Minister of local government, about public administration, that is it. They don't pick the aspect of the local economic transformation projects that you are doing now. Sometimes some people get surprised that you are doing roads in some of the districts and local governments. Some people may not even comprehend because they think solar-powered water schemes are about Ministry of Water and Environment and so on and so forth. So there are certain very strategic things that you do that this committee will benefit most, Mr. Honorable Minister, if they are able to interface with you in greater detail. But allow me, Honorable Minister, just mention 2 things before I pass on to my colleagues, especially in as far as the project financial performance. I just wanted you to help the committee with which particular projects, as you hinted, experienced delays in release of funds, because there was an observation from you that one of the key challenges was delay in the release of funds to externally funded projects. Which are these ones? Again, on externally funded projects, what were the specific budgets? Maybe it may not be something you can be able to give off cuff from this meeting, but would have loved to know what were the specific budgets, what were the amounts that were released on these projects, and how was the financial expenditure. It will help the committee understand how well the projectized aspects of the ministry are performing. We want to thank you, by the way,